From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. Today was the chilliest start we're going to see the rest of this week as temperatures started off into the teens and 20s across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. The good news is winds now coming up from the south. It's going to be really windy for Wednesday, but that's going to result in at least one warmer day this week, with daytime highs back up into the 50s and 60s. The bad news is that warm air not going to last very long. By the time we get to Wednesday night going into Thursday, that's when the next cold front's going to arrive. It's another dry front, not bringing much in the way of any rainfall, but it's going to bring in the cold air once again. By the time we get to the weekend, more of the end of the weekend, we are looking at more ways of the chance of a few scattered showers here and there. That is more than likely our best rain chance coming up. We do have a low rain chance to talk about for tomorrow, but I really think the headline's going to be one that it's going to be warmer for a Wednesday, but also it's going to be a bit of a nuisance with how strong those winds are expected to be, especially once we get into the afternoon with wind gusts near 30+ miles per hour. Here's a look at these morning temperatures into our Wednesday morning. Yes, still very chilly outside, but here's the good news. Again, this morning we started off into the teens and 20s. Tomorrow morning, while we're still close to the freezing point, especially across the River Valley, it's definitely going to be warmer. You still need that coat as you head out the door, but temperatures will start off into those low to mid 30s across the River Valley. Across northwest Arkansas, we're actually going to be warmer for tomorrow, starting off into those upper 30s across the area. Once we get into the afternoon, again, the wind really going to be the nuisance, but daytime high is going to be a bit warmer, about 10 degrees warmer, back up into those upper 50s and low 60s, and still expecting to see lots of sunshine. Some cloud coverage starts to build in once we get into the afternoon. Here's a look at what we're expected for tomorrow when it comes to what it's going to feel like. I think we're close to our real temperatures, even with the stronger winds for tomorrow. Look at these winds throughout the day on our Wednesday. Again, throughout the morning hours, I think those winds pretty light for the most part, anywhere between 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. It's going to pick up once we get closer towards the mid-morning into the early afternoon. Wind gusts in the morning hours right around 10 to 20 miles per hour. I think the strongest winds will be across northwest Arkansas for our Wednesday morning, very early in the morning. And then once we get into the afternoon, that's where the nuisance really starts to come in. It's going to boost our temperatures. Again, one warm day for us, but the winds maybe take the niceness of how warm it's going to be outside away. Wind gusts could be anywhere between 25 to 35 miles per hour throughout tomorrow afternoon. Going into the evening hours, we start to lose those winds, but here's that cold front coming in. By the time we get to Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, that next cold front already coming along, and that's going to usher in the cooler air once again. We talked about that rain chance for Wednesday. This model's showing maybe we could see that system moving up towards the north just a bit. I think most of the heavy rainfall for our Wednesday is going to be a part across Texas, portions of Louisiana, and also portions of southern Arkansas. Across the River Valley, we could have a few scattered showers here and there. I think at most we just see some extra cloud coverage building in. This model has it coming in mainly during the mid-morning into the early afternoon hours, and then clearing by the time we get into the evening hours. These chances very low. I think we could at best see a few scattered showers across the River Valley, northwest Arkansas, more than likely staying dry for tomorrow, just windy outside. When it comes to how great those rain chances are going to be, I think greater chances are going to be south of I-40 across the River Valley. That's where we're going to have some low chances of maybe a few scattered showers here and there, not expecting much in the way of any impacts for our Wednesday. Morning temperatures over the next couple of days kind of tells the story that we're going to see throughout the rest of the work week and going into the weekend. Again, tomorrow morning, really not too bad compared to where we are on this time of year and how it was to start off the work week. Temperatures starting off into those mid to upper 30s across northwest Arkansas. Yes, you'll still need the coat as you head out the door. By the time we get to Thursday morning, we are going right back to where we started for the week. Temperatures starting off below freezing once again into those mid-20s. I think Friday's our coldest morning where we could see those teens and 20s once again. By the time we get to the weekend, yes, those rain chances are increasing, but also some warmer air is coming up as well. Morning temperatures to end the weekend going into the start of next week look really nice right now, where we can see some morning temperatures starting back up into the 40s. Across the River Valley, again, tells the story for us for tomorrow. tomorrow, another chilly start to the morning, but definitely warmer than what it was for this morning. Once we get into Thursday, we're still feeling kind of that warmer air still. Needs that cooler air to have some time to sink down to the surface. We'll feel it by the time we're waking up for Friday morning as we start below freezing once again. And I think even heading into Saturday morning, we'll have the potential of another freeze. Once we get that next wave of some warmer air coming in, by the time we get to the end of the weekend going into early next week, that's when we start to see those morning temperatures really start to warm back up into the low to mid 40s. Of course, that does come with the rain chance that's coming for the end of the weekend as well. When we look at these rain chances, this tells the story as well. Again, Wednesday, very low chances of a few scattered showers and mainly only across the river valley. Then we're dry to end the week. That next cold front comes in. It's a dry front bringing in just that cooler air. And then by the time we get closer towards the end of the weekend into early next week, yes, we are talking about some warmer air coming in and temperatures are expected to be warmer as well. But it also comes with the rain chance. That's really our next best rain chance that we have outside of a few stray showers here and there for our Wednesday across the river valley. We look at Climate Prediction Center when it comes to what maybe the first couple of weeks of December will look like. I think above average temperatures should be expected really by the time we get to the end of this upcoming weekend into early next week. That's going to be another blast of some warmer air. And when it comes to the precipitation outlook, nothing too impressive showing up. Maybe just a few scattered showers every couple days will help not only our drought monitor, but it's also not that winter precipitation as we're going to start to talk about more and more often as we get further and closer towards the winter season that's coming up in just a few weeks. When we look at the long-range data, still showing good signs, though, when it comes to how maybe the first couple weeks of December will be just above average, not only for us, but across most of the United States. And it gets even better when we look at the precipitation outlook, especially for us, maybe staying below average as we get into the second and third week of December and getting closer towards the Christmas season, looking like we avoid any of that winter precipitation, at least significant amounts of it right now. We'll see how models tend out. By then, this is a look at the long-range data of what we're expecting. Maybe some signs showing that we could see another round of some rain coming in by the time we get late into the week that could result into some winter precipitation. Of course, by the time we get to this time of year, that's what we're going to be talking about more and more often. Northwest Arkansas over the next 10 days, a few things to look out for here. Again, look at Wednesday for us. Temperatures topping out into the upper 50s and low 60s. Should overall be a nice warm day, but it's going to be windy outside, so the nuisance comes. Yes, we trade in the comfortability outside. We get to be a little bit warmer than what it's been, but it's going to be really windy, so plan accordingly. By the time we get to Wednesday night into Thursday morning, that next cold front is arriving, and temperatures starting off below freezing again to end the work week. Daytime highs pretty similar as well into those low to mid 40s. Still expecting to see lots of sunshine. We continue that warming trend, though, through the weekend and into early next week before our rain chances come right back into the forecast for Sunday night going into Monday. That, of course, going to bring in some cooler air as well, and then we rinse and repeat going into early next week with those morning hours starting off into the below freezing territory, anywhere between those upper 20s and low 30s, with daytime highs only topping out into the mid to upper 40s. Overall, pretty quiet forecast over the next 10 days. Outside of a few rain chances here and there, I think our best rain chance comes by the time we get to the end of the weekend into early next week. Tomorrow, the rain chances don't look very impressive outside of a few stray showers here and there, again, mainly across the river valley. Here's a look at that river valley forecast again tomorrow. We may see some low 60s out there. It's going to be windy throughout the day, and then once we get into the evening hours, that's when that cold front finally arrives going into Thursday, and then we feel that cooler air. I think the coldest morning for us will be Friday morning, where we start off into those mid-20s. Once again, the good news is another blast of warmer air coming back by the time we get to the weekend. I think towards the end of the weekend is when we have a better chance of seeing more of those scattered showers, and then we hit that peak by the time we hit the start of the week. Look at that, Monday starting off into the mid-60s. That might be our warmest period this going into this season. Again, last couple weeks of fall here, still hitting those mid-60s. Of course, that cooler air comes in by the time we get to start to mid of the week for next week, and we're going to be seeing those morning temperatures returning right back to below freezing territory. Again, by the time we get to the end of the weekend, I think that's our best rain chance. But for the River Valley specifically, tomorrow holds a greater chance of maybe seeing definitely some extra cloud coverage, but maybe a few stray showers here and there. And again, it comes with the nuisance of some strong winds throughout the day coming up from the south. That's why we hit 60 for tomorrow. By the time we get to Thursday and Friday, though, we're right back to that cooler pattern. From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. That's your 5+ extended forecast.